Hey Rockstar, Steve aka Void here. Welcome to another episode of RIFFSTARTER, where I help you play your favorite riffs from day one by removing those annoying speed bumps and roadblocks that get in your way. All the strategies and techniques from the show are based on my best-selling book, Practice Less, Play More, which you can find at playsongsfaster.com. So today we're going to be talking about Brown Sugar by Rolling Stones, and this is a super popular riff, probably one of the most popular Stones riffs that at least that I get requests for. And this riff is, while it's not the hardest riff in the world, there are some roadblocks that can get in your way. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the tab, and I'm going to show you what some of the potential speed bumps and roadblocks are, and then how to get over it. Okay. And by the way, if you're watching live, then definitely say hi in the comments. I always love hearing from you. So let's check out, and I'm going to try out a new pedal setup that I've got going on over here. Yeah, hands free. Sweet. Okay, sweet. So we've got, let me actually scroll up here, because this is the part that, I don't know if it's cut off over here, but it says Open G tuning, okay? And so Open G tuning, D, G, D, G, B, D, it's a very common tuning and a very common Stones tuning, but that already can trip you up, okay? So if you miss that part, then you're trying to play these parts over here. Let's say you could even play it perfectly, okay? And you play, so we have 12, 14, so we have like an A minor 7 chord. So it kind of sounds a little bit like Brown Sugar, but not quite, okay? So you think you're doing something wrong, but you're not, okay? This happens all the time, where there's a little detail that maybe you miss, and then the whole thing just like, you think something's wrong with you, or, you know, that you can't play, and oh my God, like I can't, you know, maybe I'm not cut out for guitar, depending on your level. You might even question your ability to even play, okay? So one principle that we've got going on with, definitely with this show, this is gonna sound very common, is instead of trying to match your current skill level to the level of the riff, we're gonna match the riff to your current skill level, and that's how you play from day one. Now from there, you can upgrade, but you have to start from a musical version on day one, okay? Ideally, you're playing along with the original recording, but how do we do that? Okay, well, if we go back to our tab over here, what we can do is we can modify things to where, okay, so this works for us, it sounds like Brown Sugar, and really the goal here, another principle, is play what you hear, okay? So if you were gonna sing Brown Sugar, bum, 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 like even the rhythm of it, bum, 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 you can get the melody, whatever, you know, it doesn't matter if you could sing it to pitch, whatever. It's the main thing is that it's what do you remember the riff as? Like what does it sound like to you? And also refresh your memory. You know, you can play with you can play on YouTube, you can play on Spotify, and you can listen to the riff. But what we want to do here is we want to approach this strategically. Okay, well now if I play one interesting thing here about this tuning, about the Open G tuning, is that the D string, the G string, and the B string are actually the same as standard tuning. So what you can do, I'm going to show you one option here. And again, if you're a beginner, like a novice, or if you're an intermediate, everybody's going to approach this differently. But I'm going to give you some ideas. That's the whole point of the show, is to give you ideas of what you can do when you hit one of these roadblocks or go over one of these speed bumps. So what you can do is, first of all, let's say you're an intermediate player. You take what's on string 4, 3, and 2, and you just play that, because those are the same as the standard tune guitar. Like Open G and standard tune is the same thing. So what you can do is you can play. Now that sounds like Brown Sugar. It's not all of the notes. We don't have this bass note in it, but it sounds enough like it where it's like, yeah, sweet. You can play that for anybody who's heard the song. And they're like, okay, cool. That's Brown Sugar. Let me see if this works over here. Yeah, perfect. Oh, this is great. I've got this pedal set up here. Okay, sweet. So you basically play only what's on the 4, 3, and 2. That's one option. That's if you're going to play something that's on the tab. Now check this out. On the tab, you have this there's a rhythm that is supposed to be played, and you can see this at the top. There's also the tab that's showing it, but you can also get tripped up by that. Even with this new strategy of playing only string 4, 3, and 2, you might still get tripped up like, okay, so I'm going to play exactly what the tab says, playing at face value, and I don't like that. I recommend that you play what you think it sounds like you play what you hear on the record or what you remember. So if you just go to like, cool. Even if you just repeat it again, totally fine. Maybe playing the variation at the end here, maybe that for whatever reason is difficult. So just do whatever you want. Like that's, it's funny. Guitar players are pretty rebellious, but when it comes to online learning, for some reason, it's like we tried like doing exactly whatever's on the tab and like totally following instructions. Like, come on, we're supposed to be rebellious, right? We're supposed to do what we want. So do what you want. And change it however you want. Nothing has been set in stone that it should be. Pun not intended, but basically you're supposed to just play something. Like imagine you go into a room with a band and you just got to play Brown Sugar, like just kind of like fake it a little bit. Now another thing you could do is let's just say for whatever reason playing these triads, but like with doing this modification, maybe like you can't get it for whatever reason. It's not, you can't get the coordination. Your fingers, it's tricky to get them to line up and be accurate. What you can actually do is you can actually remove the ring finger and you can go like this. It doesn't sound exactly like the record, but if you played that along with a band, or if you played it with the record, it would totally be compatible, okay? So you can just play the stack, just remove whatever's going on the fourth string, okay? On the fourth string here. So instead of this, you just have the middle finger here. Okay, again, it doesn't sound exactly like the record, but it doesn't matter at first. Remember, this isn't like it's like a life sentence. Like whatever you play right now is how you're always going to play it. It's just so that you can get into it, get into the game, start playing music. Okay, and hey Mike, how's it going, buddy? So Mike's saying, love the advice of playing what you hear, not what's on the exact take. When you see a band live, they never play exactly what's on the record. And yes, so that's another way to look at it too, is even they don't play it exactly like what's on the record, so you don't have to. That's the real point. It's like giving you permission to just do whatever you want and just get on with the damn music. Like that's the main thing. So basically when you play, you can make these modifications. Okay, even on the next part, like technically the next part goes, so you have this, like you have, there's stuff that's going on there that sounds like the record. Yeah, okay, cool, it's even in the tab here, but one of the issues is that you might get tripped up with any of those moves. So you could even play it like where it's the same kind of thing you did here. Here you go. There, yeah, so you basically, sorry, I'm kind of figuring it out as I'm going here, but like, so it's not exactly like the record, but that's okay, and it's funny because I get comments on this. I don't know if you guys have been following the episodes, if you watch the comments, like some people are like, oh, they hate this, like because I think they think that like I'm teaching this as like always play it like this, and this is the only way to play it, and like cheat or whatever. Like that's a very weird way to look at guitar playing. Like get into a room, play with a band, and it doesn't matter if all the moves are exactly like the record. It really doesn't. This is coming from someone who's been in a lot of bands and toured all over the world. Like when you play guitar, you could start with whatever version you want, and the whole point on day one is to play something that's musical. If you're fumbling on day one, by the end of day one, you just make it like to the end of this bar, let's say, because you're trying to get all the notes down, like, and like that's as far as you get, then it's kind of wasting your time to play just one bar of music in a whole practice session. You can just kind of fake it, even if you played with two notes. Be like a kid, like just get the guitar, pick up the guitar, and just start playing something. And like even if you take, like I said, like two of the strings, it's just so that you can play something musical, okay? And hopefully that's, hopefully that resonates with you, because a lot of guitar players kind of miss the mark on this, and it's fine. I've missed the mark on it. Sometimes I even catch myself. I still might play something face value, even after I explained all this to you. But it's really, really important to not fall into that trap, because you have to play music from day one. And then that foundation, that musical foundation, will allow for you to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. And then you can start playing with stuff like on day 3 and 4 and 5. Like you can start playing something that maybe is a little bit more like what's on the record. Maybe then you tune it down to the open G tuning, which is a little bit of a commitment if you have one guitar. So like you don't want to be tuning like crazy. So you basically you make it your own first. Play from day 1 first. And again, you instead of trying to match your current skill level to the level of the riff, you match the riff to your current skill level, and then you play from day 1, and then you can upgrade as much as you want. Maybe you're done. Maybe the itch is scratched after the first day, after that version, and then that's it. And then you move on to another riff. There's plenty of riffs to play. But it's really, really important to do that. And again, play what you hear. Play what you remember about the riff. Like even if you play the riff on Spotify or iTunes, like listen to it, and then just do whatever feels right, and modify the tab as you need to, and you'll be good to go. Like that's it, you'll be way further ahead than someone who's still fumbling with a couple of bars. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you. I'm just like change the rhythm and change, like I would start with downstrokes. I would do like down, 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 down. Just get that first, and then to make it more efficient later, upgrade it by adding in like, maybe you're adding in some upstrokes in that. But really keep it simple at first, keep it super simple. And I think that you're just gonna make way more progress. I mean, I've just seen this. Anybody who works with me, like this is what happens, is you make way more progress and you have way more fun. And remember guys, this is supposed to be fun. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Again, check out playsongsfaster.com if you wanna pick up the book, and we'll see you in the next episode of Riff Starter. Take care.